love it. Well, to get us started, I'd love for you guys to introduce yourselves to the crowd and the series you guys are from, because there's so many interbranching timelines and different series. I'm sure some folks at home are not fully familiar. So if you guys want to start us off.
Hello.
Hello?
There you go. Oh,
You're there.
Hi, my name is Sasha Craig. I'm from Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue. I played Kelsey Winslow, the Yellow Ranger.
And my name is Amy Roll. I played Trakina on Power Rangers Lost Galaxy.
I'm Catherine Sutherland. I played Kat Hillard on Mighty Morphin Zeo and Turbo.
And my name's Sean Johnson. I played Carter Grayson on Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue.
Amazing. How has your time in Indiana been so far? It's Sunday. It's the last day. I'm sad to see you guys go, but we're happy to have you here now. How's it been?
Wonderful. It's always wonderful. This is my third year, I think, coming. I love it.
I feel like every single time I see you down there, I'm like, it's been a year already.
Yes.
You know, time flies when we're having fun. And I feel like I just saw you last year at Ranger Stop. We haven't had the pleasure of meeting
No,
yet.
this is my first time here. Hopefully not my last.
Of
but
course.
It's been fantastic.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I mean, I've done more in the past year or so than I have historically. So yes, I hope there are others that I see you at. But definitely,
Absolutely.
yeah, Indiana's been great.
Absolutely. I had a great time. We went to the Toy Pit last year and got to meet a lot of lovely fans, and this has been wonderful.
Yeah, you guys are great. So
Let's
you
give it up for the
you make
fans.
a
Let's give it up,
wonderful-
guys. Well, to dive right on in, I'm very curious because I haven't had the pleasure of getting into detail with you guys yet about your auditioning process, the casting process for what Power Rangers put you through. I know a lot of it is, on-screen chemistry between just the looks of the cast because they bring you guys in, have you stand next to a different color, that they have cast already. Can you tell me a little bit about how that was for you?
So, I mean, my experience was maybe a little different than most.
Sure.
The long story short is I was cast on a series that was filming in Florida that just happened to star Christopher Kamen Lee, who had played Andros on In Space a couple years before. And the show was winding down, and it was through Christopher and his girlfriend at the time that I found out about the audition. But my audition was, by the time I got in touch with the studio and auditioned and started working, it was less than 2 weeks. Wow. So it was a very quick fly out to LA, screen test, meet people, and then, was off to the races, which is rather unusual. So.
And did you already know that you were possibly being cast to be the lead as Red Ranger?
I knew that I was auditioning for the Red Ranger, but I didn't know exactly. I mean, I knew they were pretty far along in the process, but when I came out, it was actually that day. It was a Monday that we did the testing, and before heading back to the airport, they had me go down to wardrobe, and they're like, congratulations. So there wasn't even a, let's wait a couple days and we'll have a think on it. So.
Wow. They got you right.
Very fortunate, yeah.
Really quick. Catherine, I can say that your audition process was different.
Yeah, mine was also different. I was in Australia, and they had filmed the first movie there, and Amy Jo had expressed that she wanted to move on, and so I didn't know anything about Power Rangers. I just knew I was auditioning for a children's show that filmed in America, so I was very excited about the opportunity to move. And I had an audition, and then my second callback, I had to do a martial arts routine and another scene, and then I remember seeing the name Catherine, and I was like, oh, her name's Catherine with a K. That's meant to be my role.
Alter ego.
Yeah, and then my third audition was with Shuki Levy, who was one of our executive producers, and it was like an interview, and then they called me about 3 weeks later to offer me the role. So.
And the martial arts routine, did they send in a couple of thugs and see how fast you could take them out? Or how did
No,
that
they
go?
wanted like a 1 minute, like just to see. I think they just wanted to see if you could do anything. I was a dancer, but my friend Roman at the time was a martial artist. I'm like, help me come up with something fun. So we did lots of like spins and kicks and like made it look like I knew what I was doing. And that was, I think, helped. So
That's awesome. Did they have you do anything physical in yours?
No, I mean, they asked. I mean, I had done a little bit of martial arts growing up, but I mean, I certainly was not what I would define as a martial artist.
Sure.
But I mean, I think they, more than anything, wanted to just see if we had some athleticism and could move. I mean, although Mike Chatt, who is the Blue Ranger on our season, is a
Amazing.
phenomenally
Made you guys look
talented.
bad.
Or made us look really good. I guess depending on how
They
you
make
look
you
at
look
it.
better.
But yeah,
I
I
agree
mean,
with the people
so
that-
He's like a master martial artist.
Yeah.
He actually, I don't know if you guys know this, but Mike Chatt is Charlie, who was in Once and Always. She played Min. He's her master, like sensei.
Wow.
So he's trained her whole life. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And was the casting for Villainous any different for you?
Okay, so it was a little bit different for me. It was more like Sean's, whereas when I moved to LA, I started doing commercials immediately. And back then, we got no emails. It was just letters from Screen Actors Guild saying, nobody auditioned for Saban. And I'm like, I just got here. What is that? You know, I didn't even know what it was. And I asked my agent, why am I getting these letters? What's up with Saban? It's just someone who's not following the union rules, so don't. And I'm like, well, you know, if you're not going to give me the audition, I'm not going on it. So I got a letter one day, and I don't know, maybe 6 months or a year into it, and it said, maybe it was a year into it, and it said, it's okay to audition for Saban now. And I thought, weird. And then next thing you know, I had an audition for Power Rangers, and I was kind of like, oh, well, that was fast. And so that day, it was like my last audition of the day, like some other commercial things, and it's way out in Valencia. So it's like an hour away. I was like, oh, do I want to do this right now? It's 5 o'clock, LA traffic. I'm not sure I want to do it. And anyway, I did. I drove out there, and I thought, that was the worst audition I've ever done in my life. It's like an hour away. So by the time I was still in the car driving home, they were like, oh, they want you to come back and do another one like tomorrow or something. And I was like, oh, okay. So I went back the second time, and there was a few more people in the room. I can't even remember who it was at this point, being honest. But I think they might have had one of the other actors from the show that they'd already cast read with me. But it wasn't like they were actually participating. They were sitting behind the table with everybody. And I got booked after that. So it was like a 2-step process for
That's
me.
awesome.
It was pretty quick. I don't remember how close it was to filming, but I would say within a month.
Do you think your attitude through the traffic helped book you the gig?
Yeah,
Or were
maybe
you
that
able to
got me in
switch it?
villain mode. Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
absolutely.
like, it got me all riled up. Probably, yeah.
Absolutely.
It went with my character.
And how was yours?
Okay, so I was a courier delivering scripts and headshots to agencies, and I was in the office one day, and a manager came in and said, "Hey, you're athletic. Do you want to be a Power Ranger?" And I said, "Yeah." And I gave him my headshot and resume. I got an audition for the next day, which was Friday, and then they called me back Monday, and I remember reading with Mr. Sean Johnson. And
it was a miserable experience for you.
No, I
That's
just
why it's
remember
Please go
because-
into detail.
yeah, because you're so tall, and I'm so short. So I kind of remember looking up, and then they like asked us, like, I have this weird thing on my resume, and it's like funny tricks, and they're like, "What's your funny trick?" I'm like, "Oh, I can shake my eyes." So I do this thing. Like, can you see?
Yeah, they wiggle.
I can.
They wiggle.
So I went up to each, like, Iris, Scott, everybody, and I went like and showed them my
Check it
eyes.
out.
I'm like, I don't know.
That
why.
was memorable.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember doing, because I was a cheerleader and a gymnast and a dancer, so I remember doing like a toe touch, like doing some jumps for them and stuff like that. But yeah, Monday, like Sean, I found out that I got the part.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So it sounds pretty quick jumping you guys in like head
Yeah,
first.
I think most of the time it was, I mean, I want to say Allie, like it was a multi-month.
I've
like,
heard a lot,
repetitive
the
callback
opposite
to
kind,
the
like
kids.
10
Yeah.
callbacks
We
kind
just
of
kinda
thing.
snuck in,
yeah,
I
I
guess.
think
Yeah.
it was, these are not typical.
Yeah.
Were you already back in Australia by the time they booked you? I was just curious.
I was still in Australia. Yeah,
Oh,
they
the
brought
whole
me.
time.
They
Oh,
brought
okay.
me over
Okay.
for the show.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, gotcha.
That was exciting.
So how was it for you guys mingling in with the cast that was already preset? Did you guys feel like you fit in fairly well, or do you feel like you had to kind of make a name for yourself with the group that was already there?
For Lightspeed, they were casting all of us simultaneously.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just a lot of them. So we
Yeah.
were all meeting each other, I think.
And I was at an age where I'd heard of Power Rangers. I'd seen like the little kids come up on Halloween all dressed up, but I never had watched it before I auditioned for it. So I didn't know that there was anything to like compare myself to. I just did my own. We just did our own thing and worked on each other's chemistry, you know, off of each other's chemistry. Yeah.
That's awesome.
For me, it was definitely once I knew how popular the show was, and I kind of found that out at the movie premiere because I was with Jason and his wife, and and one of the producers, and we got out of his limousine, and it was like he was the Beatles. Like, Tommy, girls are crying. I was like, what is happening right now? This is a kids show. And so I realized it wasn't just a kids show at that point. And I learned how popular Kimberly was and everything. So I felt a lot of pressure. And then I also felt very aware that even though, you know, Amy had chosen to leave, this was her family that she'd been with for 2 years. And so I was very sensitive to her, like, not feeling like uncomfortable. But everybody was very welcoming and kind, but I just felt very aware of that. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
And how do you feel you fit in with the Rangers opposite you?
Okay, so everyone always kind of has an idea that we're just all a big family or whatever, but I don't know about other series, but in mine, I rarely was even with the Rangers. They all had like a connection and a bond. I mean, I've heard them tell the story that when our season premiered, they had a sleepover at someone's house, and so they could all get up and watch it together, kind of thing. Like, let's see what we did. And I'm like, I think I met them before that, but I mean, very much in passing. And majority of so I would work with them sort of like one-on-one, you know, like this week it's Blue Courage or whatever. I can't even remember all the names, but, you know, that one is me and the Blue Ranger, or me focusing on the yellow or something like that. So I kind of got to meet them one by one, but they were already like a clique and connected. So my day-to-day was mostly with the Alpha Stunts team, and they're also very connected to each other. I'm pretty sure back then they all lived together, they hang out together, they're speaking Japanese. We were even doing our lines. When I would do a scene with them, they do their lines in Japanese. So I felt like I was a little bit like on a solo thing, like for most of my season. Yeah, like I wasn't really with people. I was with the Ed and Danny, you know, the two guys, the two American guys that were on the Alpha Stunts team. And so the rest of them, and then the, you know, props guys and stuff like that, and all the grips and stuff. But other than that, I was I was a lot more solo than the Rangers.
Yeah.
Were you able to channel that into any on-screen like animosity, saying like, "Oh, you guys are all together and I'm over here by myself"?
I actually didn't even think about it, honestly, but I think, I don't know, I didn't even know it was odd. Really, I didn't know that was different or strange or anything until, just kind of after I started meeting people and hearing other people's, you know, experience and stuff. So I need to ask the other villains, like, was that how it was for you? I haven't ever asked
They treat
them.
you like a villain. They put you over there.
I know Carla felt that way.
Oh, okay. So you see, I've never actually asked her that. But yeah, my experience was it was pretty isolating. So yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that, but at least now
I mean,
we're
not
amongst
in a
friends
horrible
now.
way. Yeah, no,
Absolutely.
not in a horrible way, but just it wasn't like a community thing. I
Sure.
didn't really feel like that.
Sure.
Even when I worked with them, like even as, you know, when we did like our team ups and stuff.
Especially with the first unit, second unit filming, you know, you're, you know, out. I think the same
I'm
thing
hanging
with
with Chris
Jen.
Auer,
She was,
yeah.
you know, kind of Vipra, who was, you know, one of our nemesis on the season. She just did so much work with the monsters and with second unit that when we interacted and we're friends. But yeah, I think she probably
Sounds
had a
like
slightly
it was
different
probably similar to
experience
mine, yeah.
than we
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I could talk to you guys for the next half hour, but I know we've got some Q&A questions here for you. So if you got questions, please line up. We've got a mic here. Hello, what is your name and your question?
Hi, my name is Rory, and I was wondering if you guys noticed that like any parts of yourselves were getting included in the characters as time went on.
I think they created Kelsey from my resume.
Everything.
I was a rock climber, rollerblader, snowboarder, mountain biker, whatever, like super tomboy. And I think they kind of just created the character around my resume. But I was, and like I had that cheerleading background, so I was very bubbly personality is one of the masks that I can wear, you know. So, yeah, I think it was they're pretty smart because I didn't have a lot of acting experience before Power Rangers. So, yeah.
Did the eye shaking come into play at all during?
No, I was
That's the one thing we
waiting
left
to be
out.
like possessed or something, and I could be like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But thank you, Rory.
Yes, the writers really would ask us a lot of questions about our hobbies and our talents and stuff like that. And I was a dancer and a singer, and so they definitely incorporated that into my character. And I'm a very like motherly person, so my character was very nurturing and like took care of everybody. That's kind of how I am in life too. So, yeah.
How would you say?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Sasha. I mean, I won't say that Carter was written to me, but I feel like they did, especially as the season goes on. And I think this is relatively common with series where the writers, as they start getting familiar with the cast and the way they interact and the personalities of the actors, try to write to the character and the actor a little bit in order to, I don't know, maybe give a little bit more of a authentic experience for everybody. But yeah, so I think they did. I mean, that, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing in my case, but yeah, I felt like it, you know, it definitely wasn't against type or something.
Right. And would you say as a villain then, did you get to throw any of your own spite in there from time to time?
Okay, so the thing that where it really worked in my favor is because there's one part in the season, it's toward the end, where I fall into a cocoon with another villain who I'd been kind of like at odds with. And we merge into one supervillain, which is me, and he dies, or doesn't come out, I'll just say. He doesn't come out. But I was extra, like I changed, my costume changed a little bit, and I then wore these crazy contacts that made me look more possessed. And then I had these like crazy lines on my face, and I had an arm gun when I came out, and just some other cool things. But the contacts, I don't wear contacts, and they had like colors and designs around, even though the center was clear. And you know, like when you're trying to focus on your phone with the camera and it tries a couple times and you're like, oh, focus or whatever, and you're tapping it. It's like your brain is doing that with those contacts because you can see some stuff in your peripheral, even though it's, you know, it's, so I had a migraine for like 2 months. So I'm wearing, because they told me when I had the contacts made, the optometrist, wear these for like 4 hours a day max. And I'm like, oh, okay. And so I told them at Power Rangers, you know, when I went to hair and makeup, and they're like, you're going to have them in when you get here, and then you're going to keep them the whole day. Like, so I was wearing them like 12 hours a day. Wow. And I felt horrible, or I had this migraine for so long. That played into my unraveling really well. So if I was supposed to be cool or nice or, you know, anything like that, I probably would have gotten fired. But otherwise, you know, just the unraveling of Trakina, it was perfect timing for me to be going through my own personal, like, you know, migraine stage. So yeah, it worked in my favor.
Would you say that you guys had similar experiences with your time in suit? I know the helmets weren't always on. Yeah, time to time, because I could imagine even just with the helmet off and they've got you in scenes where you're wearing the suit, it can be kind of hard to get in and out.
I think I wore the spandex 3 times.
Oh, really? Oh,
the entire, yeah, like everything. We had our uniforms of sorts,
right.
and so it's like we did our
officers.
you know, and so we did our unsuited fighting as such, and then when we morphed, it was just suddenly there's the stunt guys coming in. So I'm not complaining, mind you, but
the jackets were nice.
The jackets were great.
Yeah, I see one right now. I love it.
Yeah,
I love those.
One of the jackets from the show. We got it at the wrap party.
Oh,
Really?
nice.
Yeah, they put it in a nice little box
That
for
was
us,
nice.
along with. I have this really cool like book of memories, like of onset photography.
Oh, we got one of those too.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was y'all's at Hollywood Athletic Club?
You got a rap party?
Yeah,
You got a movie.
ours was at Hollywood Athletic Club.
We were in Hollywood.
I think we were off of Santa Monica
Yeah.
Boulevard. Oh no.
Or it might have been Sunset.
That's Hollywood
I have
Athletic
no
Club,
idea.
guys, right on the corner. of
Yeah,
that
I
place.
can't
That's
remember.
where ours was.
Yeah.
I don't remember where it was,
I don't
but-
know either.
But
Yeah.
we did get the book, but
Yeah.
nothing from the set.
Yeah, but the photographs in that book are
I thought that was
really
nice.
cool.
Yeah.
Do you still have yours?
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
I'd love
it
to
might
see
have been
yours.
Hollywood Athletic Club. Not
Yeah.
that we need to, but you might be right,
I
actually.
think it
now
was.
that
It
I'm
just for
thinking
some
about it.
reason that
Yeah.
stuck in my head.
The helmets, though, like
Yeah.
I have a huge melon, so I'm glad I didn't have to put it on. Really, except they had one.
Was it
with
not
the
like
visors out.
customized to your melon?
I think they underappreciated how large my head is.
Our brain size.
Yeah, no.
Full of brains.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you feel
Scar tissue.
Do you feel that after your time shooting that your colors started to bleed into your everyday wardrobe, where you were wearing a little more red and pink?
No, I
you
didn't wear
wanted to get
pink for
away?
years.
Exact
Because of the
opposite.
show.
I was like, no, I don't think I wore pink for like at least 10 to 15 years after.
Wow.
Yeah. I probably didn't start wearing pink until I did conventions.
Okay.
Yeah. I was so sick of it. I love it again now, but Yeah.
Absolutely.
At least you guys got like different outfits every day.
Yeah,
right?
we did.
We have
you
the
guys had the
same-
same outfit.
Every
for
day.
40 episodes. Like,
Yeah.
it's like the
We
same
changed
tights.
clothes, yeah.
Learning so much here.
No, lucky.
Oh, I love it.
Well, every episode on at least on our season was a new day. Like I know that in Megaforce, I'm like, why did they wear the same clothes every single day when it's a different day?
Right.
It's so weird.
I
That
have
doesn't
no
make
idea.
sense.
Well, I
Yeah.
had no regular clothes, so I
No.
just had my
Your
yeah.
your
You
outfit.
get very accustomed to it
And
quickly.
I do have a complaint
Sure.
I'd like to lodge. The tan lines that I got from that suit,
Oh, yeah.
from shooting in the desert for a year, and on my neck, across my chest, on my legs, on my abs, it was bad. It was embarrassing. Talk about I didn't want to put on like a tank top
Right.
or swimsuit or anything for over. I went to a tanning bed to try to like get rid of it, but then the dark spots get darker too, so it doesn't really
yeah.
I
work.
think on the grill more than anything. You
no
get the
bueno.
charcoal lines and everything.
It was horrible. Yeah. So the tan lines, and I'm like, I mean, that was actually my skin. It wasn't like a tan layer of whatever
Right.
underneath there. It was really my stomach. So, or my legs or whatever. So yeah, that was my only suit. I mean, I had two, but that was the one I wore like 99% of the time.
Well, at least you're out of it now.
Yes.
We don't have to worry about that.
Exactly.
Hello.
Hi, my name's Joseph, and I'm an aspiring costume designer and prop maker. And I'm curious if any of you have a favorite prop or costume item that you recommend that would be a fun replication to add to my portfolio.
Oh, that's a good.
I know it's a unique question. You might not have been asked that before.
I have not.
I have not.
My only recommendation, I'm just going to say this
Yeah.
because I have a costume that I bring to cons now, is like I have a staff, and it breaks into two pieces for, transportation, but it's still too big to put inside a suitcase. So whatever you make, just make sure that you can put it inside a standard suitcase or something, because otherwise you're going to have to pay a full bag fee for just bringing your staff or whatever that item is. So yeah, if it can fit inside, if you can break it apart into, pieces that are easy to travel with.
I'd like to see some fans do the monsters. Like I've seen Rita and Zed. I've seen
agree.
Trakina. Like I've seen the main monsters, but like Pudgy Pig or the Eye Monster or just like some of those crazy monsters. I know they'd be difficult to make, but like I played Catastrophe, the cat monster. I'd like to see someone try to replicate some of those.
I'm with you on that. That'd be nice.
Is that?
Thank
what
you
do
very much for your
think?
question.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
appreciate it.
thank
Thank you.
He's thinking.
He's like, which monster?
I've seen some people do the putties from the
I've
most
seen the
current movie,
putties.
even the
Yeah.
current movie where they're just big rock monsters. I've seen some at Ranger Stop, and
okay.
they're incredibly hard to move around. And so I would also
Yeah.
think that helping getting in and out, making them easy to do that would
Yeah.
be one of the number
One
ones.
of the best cosplays I ever saw was at Morphicon. This guy did. You guys have all seen him. He has it around his neck, and it's the command center, and his head is Zordon's face.
Yes.
And it's so clever, and he just walks around. And I just thought it was so clever.
It is. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Hello.
Hi, my name's Bridge, and now that the statute of limitations has far passed, is there anything that made its way home with you on set that wasn't supposed to?
I'm glad that we were going that way.
It's like, what is going to happen
What
here?
did we do?
We were just saying, like,
Catherine
I was
and I
way
just had this discussion.
Yes, we did. We were so like, we'd never steal.
Rule
I would
followers
never steal.
here.
Yes.
I didn't even think of it.
No, but all I got, like, you guys all got presents. We didn't get given anything. So I have my Ninjetti coin from my suit. I have my communicator. Sorry, they did give us a communicator, so I have my original communicator, and I have a barrette, which I've lost, but that was all I had from the show. And then Jason Frank, this is a funny story. He was filming when you guys did the Megaforce, the 20th anniversary episode, and he sent me a picture of him in my suit. And he was like, "Happy birthday." And I'm like, "Oh, I wish I'd kept it. I really wish I'd kept it, the picture." I was like, "Don't ever send me that ever again." But he took my suit, my turbo suit, and it has my name in it, so it's my actual suit.
Wow.
So I have that, but all the rubber has deteriorated and everything. But that's pretty cool.
Jason
that
stole
my-
it for you.
Jason stole it for me,
That was
so
so
I
nice.
can.
That was so nice of him.
It was so nice of
It's
him.
kind of like Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, we were given wrap gifts, like
Yeah.
Sasha had mentioned, the jacket and stuff like that. I do
Yeah.
wish we had. just one of the spandexes I would have loved to have had for posterity and all that, despite my ribbing on not wearing it all that much. It's so, it's nostalgia, and it's such a part of what makes Power Rangers that
the spandex,
not
yeah.
having that, it would have been great.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would have five-finger discounted it or even attempted it, because I am a rule follower as well. So, but
They had everything on such lockdown when we went back for the 25th anniversary because of Jason. And
They
it was
learned
like
from
they
the
locked.
inside, yeah.
And I was like, they made these beautiful like jackets for us to wear, like, when you're cold or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it had our names on it. And we were like, let's just take our jackets. And then I was like, I can't do it. I couldn't do it. I should have, but I didn't.
One thing I wish, not really from the set, like I was telling Catherine about this, is when the show was on, I mean, my daughter was already like a preschool age. She was like 4 or 3 or something when I was doing the show. And I would be going into Target for stuff for her lunch for the next day or whatever. And there's all the Power Rangers Lost Galaxy pajamas and merch in the store. And I'm just walking right past to the fruits and vegetables. Like, I didn't even think about, I mean, I bought one. She had a best friend who was a boy. And so I bought him and her matching Galaxy, Lost Galaxy pajamas. But that's it. I didn't buy multiples. I didn't buy different, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't think like that I would care about it after.
Did you bring her to set with you? Like,
One time she came to set, and she got to bring 2 little friends from her preschool.
Oh, how
And
cute.
so, I mean, their parents were also in the industry, so they were, it's like, when your kids are raised in Hollywood, they're like, what show's your dad on? Like stuff like that. Like, they think everybody's parents are on TV shows and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't want to say, they were just kind of like, cool.
Whatever.
Yeah, and they're in the, the sets and stuff, like kind of just looking around and touching stuff, but they weren't like, oh my gosh, like you would think like kids that are like the right age would be. They were just a little bit like, that's cool. So yeah, but I wish I would have gotten more of our merch legitimately, for sale. I wish I would have purchased it, but I just didn't think of it.
Yeah.
But the jackets are nice.
Yeah.
They are very nice.
Yeah,
best.
thank you.
I think the only thing that I can remember me having, I've got something at my grandparents' house. I've got an old beach towel from Lightspeed Rescue, and it's got you guys on it. And I'm just like, I'm not using this ever again. You know what I mean? I'll wear it and put it out, not lay on it. I'll get another something or other just so,
Showing it off.
just showing it off, guys. Like, I got a relic right here.
it's my
Yes.
flex.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
At one point they said, hey, they came with like a bunch of toys in boxes, and they were like, yeah, pick whatever you want. And I was like, I'm 23. I don't really play, like, I didn't, like, that's not what I was into at the time. And I like got 1 or maybe 2 toys. And like Mike, he had kids, and he was like, I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna take this.
Right.
And it's so smart. But yeah, that
You
would
could
have
have,
been
you
cool.
just didn't think
I
it.
just
I
didn't
didn't think it was,
Yeah.
I literally didn't think that I would care later.
Yeah.
Right. It's got to be cool seeing some of the really like rare stuff that fans bring up to you too. I can only imagine
that's
the
totally
cool stuff
cool.
that you
So
guys
many
see.
cool
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think the most random one was my grandmother's picture, because when we did the 5th crystal, my grandmother in her early years is just me, like done up in like
With gray hair.
no, like it's because it's my grandmother when she was younger.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's like finger waves and stuff. And I had a fan come up with a photograph of that. I'm like, how did you get this?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
I love it. And you got a question here?
Hi, I'm Robert, and my question kind of centers around like the larger Power Ranger community. Like obviously you have the original Ranger series, and then Turbo and Lightspeed Rescue, and all of these spin-offs. Were there any connections or friendships or assistance that you got from other members of other series that helped you in your experience with the series as you were on?
I got to meet Austin and Walter. I went on a camping trip with Denny Stolkup, who was one of our stunt guys, and so I got to meet Austin and Walter on that after they'd left the show. But it was still a little fresh and awkward, so they didn't really want to talk about it. I never got to meet Twee. And Amy Jo was just like 1 foot out the door, so she didn't really give me any advice or anything. It was just like, probably a bit uncomfortable. But it's been a blessing doing conventions, because I feel like we have all become a big family, and they've all contributed to my life in different ways with their beautiful hearts. So I think we've learned more about not so much the show, but about life, and sharing our families and everything with each other has been really special. So
That's awesome.
yeah. Yeah, that was a good question.
Thank you. Hello.
Hi, I'm Kenny, and question I've had after being at these conventions from the get-go in Indiana and all the signings at the Toy Pit, and I've met all these Power Rangers, and some of them are just very much like their character, and others are like the farthest thing from it. So I want to know, on your seasons, from what interactions you've had, who on your cast was the most like your character, and who in your cast was the least like their character?
Sasha was very much like Kelsey, so that might take the cake on our season.
Yeah, and you are like naturally a very good leader and very organized person. So I do that. Mutual admiration club right here. I think the person that would be the farthest away,
Jen? Because she's so nice.
Jen.
I mean, she's...
She was your villain?
Yeah.
the villain, she's an absolute...
Yeah,
She's so
I was.
lovely.
Yeah, that one. I just had it right before you said her
Right,
name.
Mike, Keith,
Maybe Captain Mitchell,
Ron.
because he's so not like Captain Mitchell in person. Yeah, he's a joker and goofy. Yeah, for sure. So, yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember growing up and seeing on the credits his name was Ron, and I was like, "Am I going to be that mean when I grow up too? Like, is that how it is for all Rons? We just become this stern."
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
I grow into that Ron.
That Ron.
I think we were all definitely similar to our characters. I would say Steve is probably the least likely like Rocky. I don't think he's a whole lot. And Johnny, no, all of us, they've definitely wrote the characters around our personalities, I feel like. But I guess Steve would be the least like Rocky. Yeah.
To kind of get a little bit of a deep cut here, and having shot what you've already done, seeing other teams and seeing other story progressions outside of the ones you've already shot, is there a team that you'd like to see yourself possibly fit into as well? Are you ride or die?
I haven't watched a lot of the other Rangers shows.
Same.
Yeah.
What season are they casting next?
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
That's the one
Yeah,
that I would
yeah.
like to...
Would you want to reprise the same color if you had the chance to change to any color? Doesn't matter what it is, and saying you're not coming back as Lightspeed? Is there
Maybe
a color?
pink.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like that.
Sean.
You're
You
got a
know
good
what?
start.
The shoes are nice. I love them.
That's what I'm here for,
Yeah.
No, I mean, I love red, but that's,
Yeah.
Just how that works now. Yeah. I love it.
I like Time Force. I really like the time travel. I thought that was a really good season. And I love my favorite suits is Mystic Force because they have capes. I just love that.
Oh, with the high collar.
yeah, they're
I love
so,
those. I
and
think
the
they're very
magic,
cool.
and
Yeah,
the
I
Pink
think they're
Ranger has a
cool.
butterfly on her helmet, and they're just really pretty suits. I like that one.
I get asked a lot if I would come back if I wish I could come I think because it happened to Melody, because Astronomy came as a villain first and then became a Ranger. And so they're like, if you could, which one would you want to be? Or I get this a lot, like, are you sad you didn't get a redemption arc? Because I guess that's a common thing through other series, that the villain ends up becoming good. And I'm actually glad that I didn't. Like, I don't even know, like, where do you even start with that? You know, like all of a sudden, now I'm nice, you know, or whatever. Now I'm not trying to be a pain in everyone's butt. But I just, I'm glad
That
that
story was actually really sad. Like,
Kind of,
yeah, yeah, like
kind of
because
was.
I got to watch one of her favorite episodes, and where you're Dark Spectre, and it was really sad.
Yeah,
like
where
he
my
was
dad dies.
so yeah.
And a lot of
He's kinda
fans,
creepy,
the
though.
fans tell me that, oh, you know, I was scared of you, or I didn't like you, or whatever, didn't feel anything for you. And then when your dad died, like, I saw that it hurt you and that you had a heart. And then I started to actually like your character.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's like the relatable human
It made sense why
side.
she was so sinister.
This human side came out or whatever, just for a little peek.
Absolutely.
So, but I would like to stay back.
Would you say you'd want to stay as Yellow as well, or any other
Yeah,
team?
yellow's pretty cool.
I've always been partial to Dino Thunder myself. Just being a dinosaur is like just super cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But also being, like everyday heroes, like firefighters, EMTs, is something like that. It's relatable stuff. So like you said,
Very cool.
when a real character beat happens, it changes your perception on how you look at everything. So from just looking at, we're in the future, I know they're cops, you know what I mean, but they're taking down aliens, versus these are everyday people that you could see at an emergency situation, really does change how society sees a Power Ranger instead of it being just a kid's show. It's something that, everyday heroes could be. We're just not wearing helmets all the time.
Absolutely.
Hello.
Hello, my name is Phil, and I have kind of a two-part question. The first part's going to be for Kat, and then the second one's for the rest of the group. In the Turbo movie, the sequence at the beginning where Kat falls off the cliff and, tries to morph, did they actually drop you off, harness off the side of a cliff and, to get those shots? And I was kind of wondering how that whole sequence was filmed. And then for everybody else, is there a particular stunt sequence or fight sequence from your season that you participated in that stands out to you, like in your memory for whatever reason?
So we shot that scene in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and it was a very, very large waterfall. The guy that did the jump, when Tommy jumps off the cliff, he could only do that twice. So they had to get that shot. And it was very dangerous, like very scary. That was me that fell. It was really, really fun. I got to be, they had a crane and they had me on a harness and they dropped me. It was really fun, but we were non-union, so there was a part of me that was like, am I going to die today? But yeah, that was they had me at my hands holding a stick. They put the stick in there to make it look like I was holding a stick, but it wasn't really there. Yeah, so that was cool.
How many times did you drop?
I probably only did it like, I don't know, 3 to 5 times. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was really jealous of the backpacks that you guys wore.
Those backpacks were ridiculous.
I loved that you could
honestly.
push it and get like a little cup. I thought
We
that was
were
the
dying
coolest
over
thing.
that. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
It's like one sip, know?
Emergency.
Yeah,
Only using an
so
emergency.
stupid. And I met a girl a fan at a convention that cosplayed as me from the movie, and she had the backpack. She'd bought it from an
wow.
auction.
Wow.
And we were just laughing so hard at that. I'm like, really? This is what the best you can do is like one sip?
Can you think of any times on set for you guys that you felt like, this is like, whoa, this is kind of taxing for me?
I love doing all the stunts.
Especially
first
with
of
your
all.
background. Yeah.
Right?
You
Yeah.
like step up to the
And
challenge.
we got to do wire work and all kinds of stuff. It was great. But I think one time I got a concussion. Okay. And that was, I was doing, what is that called? Not a relay race. It's obstacle course. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so we were doing an obstacle course. I was running against Keith, who was our Green Ranger, and they had plastic on the floor, like a plastic finish line that was like caution striped, yellow, black on the floor, and they forgot to glue it to the floor, and so I won, and I hit it, and I slipped, and I went right underneath the Humvee, and I hit my head, and I was like, oh no, I'm fine, because you have this thing where you just get up and you're like, I'm
Auto
fine, I'm
response,
fine.
yeah.
And we shot something else, and I'm like, I kind of feel weird. And they
I need to
got
step away.
a CAT scan,
Oh my goodness.
little concussion. Yeah, but no, it was fine. I mean, I've hit my head so many times. Really, it's
But
not a big
they
deal.
were union. You guys were union, right? We were the only 2 casts, I think, that were union.
I got robbed at
Time Force was
gunpoint
you.
during the
Oh, Time
Turbo
Force too?
movie.
What?
And I got robbed at gunpoint
What?
during the Turbo movie, and it was very scary. But anyways, I called the set and I said, I got robbed. They took all my stuff, whatever. And they were like, oh, are you okay? So call time tomorrow is... I still had to go to
Glad
work.
you didn't die.
I'm surprised one of them didn't be like, you didn't morph? Like, why not?
No, that was crazy experience. But yeah, they didn't give us time off for anything.
No.
We had to keep going. Jason, in Turbo, Jason went to a Korn concert and he was in the mosh pit and he got busted his eye open. You can see the episodes where he's got a Band-Aid on his face. That was because he busted his face open.
Stitches.
But you had to keep going. But they didn't even really explain it in the episode. Or like, put the
They just
stupid
got it.
Band-Aid on his face. Yeah.
Yeah, so for my part, I mean, Sasha kind of mentioned it, but at the time, wire work was becoming really, really popular in Hollywood with Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and Matrix and all that stuff.
Yes.
And so the stunt team was all about how can we get more wires in?
Yeah.
And so some of that stuff we had to do was just
So fun.
really fun, and everybody just pulling you up, and I'm like, it just, I don't know, you're flying around. It was great. But then also Chirkina's Revenge, when we did that team up. We were out in Oxnard, and they had this building out there. But there was one point where, as Rangers, we were supposed to jump off the building, and
It was
they had
really tall.
Yeah, and they had this crane, and like we were a few stories up, diving into an airbag, and I was like,
Yeah, I remember that.
"This is amazing!
I remember
Like,
that,
sign me
yeah.
up. Can we go again?"
Right,
Like,
right.
you know,
Like, I
but-
need
Screw up the
another
take
take.
on
I need
purpose,
another
yeah,
take.
exactly. I didn't get it. My eyes were closed. Let's go. You know, but
I don't remember it because of the concussion.
yeah, I was
Right.
exactly.
I heard.
You're over there looking at
I
clouds
heard
like,
that's
oh my
what I
God.
What's your
did.
name? Yeah.
Yeah.
So my episode that was the most, I mean, we all, the way in my experience, like when I get ready to have a fight scene or something like that, you know, the stunt team takes you to the side, you learn the choreography, and then you go shoot it pretty much right away while it's fresh and stuff. But when I showed up to do Heir to the Throne, which is the one where I go from being like kind of a little poo-poo princess that's just, you know, rebellious against her dad to, you know, I'm going to run away and become like I want to be a powerful fighter or whatever. And Villamex trains me out in the desert. They didn't tell me what was in store for me out there. So we were out in the desert on Onyx. And I did all my stunts that day, except for the one-handed push-up. So my stunt double was there, and they kept giving me the option. Can you do that? Do you want to do this? Do you want to try it and see how it works? Or then we can put, you know, Eileen in or whatever. And I was like, no, just running from here to there? Yeah, I can do it. You know what I mean? But I guess they were just giving me the option. But it's in the desert, and you really are doing it over and over. And so just running from here to there, it was like 10 times. Oh, wait, we got to do it one more for me, not you. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. And so I was actually physically like kind of fried by the end of it. But it was good. And I did have one of those ones where I was supposed to hang from a cliff as well, and I actually opted out. And they were like, it's totally safe. You're going to have on a harness. And I just was like, yeah, no. It was at Vasquez Rocks. Do you guys remember that location? Remember the big point up there? I don't know how tall that actually is, but I still see it on TV sometimes on commercials.
It's in anytime there's a space
But it's
scene.
probably got to be like 80 to 100 feet. I mean, it's
Yeah. Oh, it's
huge.
huge.
Like you see it in car commercials with Jeeps, like
Right.
traveling up this rugged terrain. That's where they wanted me hanging off by like a fingertip or something. So I was like, Eileen can do that one.
Absolutely not.
And she did.
I love
So
it.
thank God.
I
Hello.
just have to reiterate really fast. Shout out to Alpha Stunts and Koichi.
Yeah.
And I mean, they
Yes.
are
Incredible.
just phenomenal. Like, just, you know, I never felt unsafe, but it was just thrilling to see their work.
Yeah, you were like an adventure camp.
Still, Kazu, did you have Kazu? Was he?
Yeah,
like,
I
yeah,
did.
Ka-
Kazu was there
Kazu
as
is
well, yeah.
still filming stunts,
yeah.
and he's got to be
machine.
60
Yeah,
years old.
they're older
Yeah.
than me. Yeah,
Yeah, they're amazing.
incredible.
Kazu did
Superhuman.
my yellow.
Kazu was our yellow
Kazu was
too.
always the Yellow
He
Ranger.
was our yellow too. And Kegler. He was Kegler too.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
Okay.
We had
was
Yuji.
both.
Yuji started,
Yuji's the
And-
stunt coordinator now.
and then he ruptured his Achilles leg
that
on
would
like the
affect-
first couple of weeks, and then we had Kazu, and then Yuji came back in at the end, and then he ruptured the other side.
no.
It was just like I was like, oh,
So now he's the coordinator for all
So
of them?
Yuji's the second unit director now.
amazing.
Yeah, but a lot of them are still there. I think Toshi was still there. Yeah, crazy.
It's a full legacy through and through.
Yeah, they're
And we've got time for our last two questions here. Oh, three. Thank you. Oh, yes.
Someone sitting.
Hello, I'm Kevin. Kat, it was very nice to meet you yesterday with Nike as well. My question is, he took my question too. That was so funny.
It's my job.
I was going to ask the color. You know, which one would you be if you
What
weren't
color?
your Power Ranger? But my question is, I saw a post. Somebody gifted the yellow Megaforce Ranger back
Yes.
the suit.
Kiara,
And then-
Ciara, yeah.
Yeah, so I wanted to see what was the best thing a fan has given you, or if you can't think of one, what have you seen? What was the best thing a fan has given to any of the Rangers?
That I've seen. I mean, that's a pretty big one right
Yeah,
there.
the
But
suit, yeah.
Well, there's not really a Trakina doll that was produced by any toy makers, but many, many years ago, I think it was at PMC, one of the, probably like 2014 or something, I had a young guy who was, he wanted to become a toy maker, and he had taken one of the other, smaller sized action figures and transformed it into a Trakina doll. It was still in the package. And it was, for me. And then he had a larger one, like the larger size that he had transformed into Trakina, but he wanted that one for himself. And he's like, I'm going to give you this one if you'll sign this one. So I thought, wow. I mean, and it looked so good. I was like, this is amazing. So that was pretty cool, and I still have it. But the one thing I use daily is a fan gave me an etched coaster. I think it was last last time at PMC.
Yeah, I
they
got that too. Yeah.
And it has my character etched into it. It's on my nightstand, and so I can always I have an antique nightstand, so I don't want to get like my water ring on there. So I use my little Power Rangers coaster every single day, and I appreciate it. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, we got a V Lancer.
Yeah,
Right? Is that what you're gonna say?
I was about to say.
Well,
Yeah.
it's in one of our weapons, and it's huge, right? And
The
it's-
prop maker
Yeah.
replicated, one of
gave
our
all
weapons.
of you one?
Yeah.
Yeah, at
It's amazing.
Philadelphia, right?
Yeah, in Philadelphia. It's
in
amazing.
Philadelphia, and he made it, and it's really cool. It comes apart. You said
No, it's-
it
yeah.
comes apart, and it could fit in my suitcase. And then I think the weirdest one, well, it's not the weirdest one. I'm not going to say that, but the funniest one is the paddle that we got like at here
Oh, yeah,
in
the fraternity,
Indiana.
yeah.
The fraternity. There's like
I got it in my office.
yeah, so there's like a paddle, and it has like our helmet painted on there, and Kelsey and whatnot. But I thought that was hilarious. Yeah.
We get so many beautiful gifts,
Yeah.
especially because there's so much talent
Absolutely.
and people are so creative and artistic. But one that came to my mind was this guy took our my lightning figure, and he made it like a battle version. And so she was like, kind of looked like her suit was a little shredded and worn and dirty, and it was like really amazing how he did it. So that was one.
it's a one-off now.
And then Jalen, who makes the pops, he made all our pops. Now we have a Zeo pop, but at the time we didn't. So he made like
remember those, yeah.
pops, yeah. But people are so creative; it's really fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
We got time for our last two quick questions.
Hello.
Hi.
My name's Maddie, and this is Olivia.
Hi, girl.
My question is, how long did production take?
You mean like filming an episode, or
Yeah.
in my season we would film 3 episodes in 10 days. So it was very fast.
fast.
We worked a long,
Back to back.
yeah, like
Same.
literally like 12 to 16 hour days. And then we would have to finish filming and then go and do ADR, which was every time you see us in our suit, or if there's any problems, outside, sometimes they get airplanes going over and that affects the sound, so you have to re-record. And so we would have to go and do our lines in the ADR room as well. So we worked sometimes 6 days a week, long days. But again, when I was on the show, it was non-union, so they could really
was more
take
allowed,
advantage a little bit. But, we were young. It was fine.
And how many episodes were in a season with you?
52.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a lot.
Yeah, a
That's-
lot.
yeah,
A lot of
we
working
did.
days.
We did 40.
Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
yeah, but I hear like someone was telling me it got to be less and
10.
less. Yeah.
In the last,
episodes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cosmic
There's
Fury
only
was
10
10.
whole-
Yeah.
Ours was longer, like 50 something, and I could be wrong on this, but I used to think, I thought it was one episode per week.
No, I think it depended.
We shot clusters as well, where they're doing
yeah.
3
okay,
episodes
maybe.
at a time.
Yeah.
wasn't
Because
paying
I
that
remember
close
we would
attention.
film, and then they would say, go change. Like if we were doing all the Juice Bar all the Juice Bar scenes would be filmed, and it would be, we didn't know sometimes what episode we were doing.
Right.
I'm like, which episode is
Yeah,
this?
something
Like,
from the
yeah.
next, yeah.
Because they would just have us change clothes so they didn't have to do a turnaround, because that takes time, because
Yeah.
they were really trying to jam these episodes out fast. Because when I was on the show, it was Fox Kids every day, so 5 days a week, and then the Saturday morning. So then they changed it as it went on. It went down to like just Saturday mornings. So that's
And
why we
for our
film so much.
last quick question,
Are the Power Ranger colors the actors' favorite colors too?
would you say that your colors are your favorites now?
Blue's my favorite color.
My favorite's blue. I love the color blue.
Purple is my favorite color,
It's a good
and
color.
it was before I was Trakina, so yeah.
Nice. I like blue too. Blue's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Or like blue green.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for spending time with us.
Thank
We
you
really
guys.
appreciate it.
for coming.
And you see how we burned through an hour so quick.
So fast.
Yeah, it was
That
so
was
much
an
fun.
hour?
Thank you again, Indiana Comic Con. Let's give it up one more time for the
thank you,
cast of Power
everybody.
Rangers.